Don't come at me with salary cap. This ain't got a damn
Right.
thing to do with the
No.
salary cap at all. This is about a team that stinks, management that don't know what the hell they're doing, and the player don't want to be involved with them. Period.
No, that's a good looking sweater, man. I could never rock something like that. They would be like, oh, that's just his normal fat neck. It's just hairier. So I couldn't pull that off. You look nice in that, though.
Thank you. Appreciate it. How are you, sir?
I texted you before the show today, Jerome, and I said, the sports gods must really love me and must love this segment because it seems like every Friday they give us something to talk about.
Friday's a news dump day, so people tend to dump the news that they don't, want to put out and have people talk about it all week. But J.J. Watt did us a favor by dropping it earlier this morning as opposed to late in the afternoon when people do this. But that's how dumb the Texans are too. They're thinking this is a positive for them. They're like, man, we'll look good because we did J.J. Watt a favor and look how nice we are. We'll put all these great quotes about J.J. and how the one that stood out, we're going to build on the foundation that J.J. built. Like, really? So a few weeks ago, you were building a wall. Now you're building on J.J. Watt's foundation by tearing all this shit down you've been tearing up. Man, they're so bad at what they do. They're just bad.
Hold on. Are you guys having a hard time hearing Jerome? Is that a thing? I've seemed like I can hear you, right? Okay, good. Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah. So somebody posted, can anyone hear him? And it does look like, truck driver Pookie said, yes, Alan, we can hear him. So I'm just making sure in the chat. I don't want to do this whole long ass interview.
Hold up. Pookie ain't got no sound. Pookie. What? I don't want to disparage.
Wasn't Pookie the name of the crackhead?
People named Pookie. Where you get your radio from, Pookie? Wait. I know he ain't watching on no smartphone. He watching on a dumb
ham radio.
He listening in on the CB. Man, don't make Pookie mad. He gonna call you up on his rotary.
Turn me into the authorities. So the Texans, I did a hit for our buddy Isaiah Carey today. He is nice enough to still include me and stuff. And I said, look, the Texans I agree with you. Why didn't you get anything? Yeah, you're not going to get number ones and stuff like that. And I understand freeing up $17 million in salary cap. And I get all that. But you just let him go. It's not a smart business decision.
Could have traded him during the season and got something.
Yes.
Traded him for something now. You tell JJ, hey, okay, man, look, you and your agent, go find the team you want to go to.
Go.
And tell them to give us something. Anything is better than nothing.
Go.
But they're not operating smartly like that.
They're morons.
I mean, there's not a game until September. There's no rush. There's no, but they really don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's as simple as that. And they just make moves that don't add up. And say, and I know you mentioned it, and you didn't mention it in the tone that I'm about to attack people for. Don't come at me with salary cap. This ain't got a damn thing to do with the salary cap at all. This is about a team that stinks, management that don't know what the hell they're doing, and the player don't want to be involved with them, period. If the team was good and the management was competent, J.J. Watt would still want to be here, and they'd figure out a way to make it work. It ain't about money.
Fact.
This is about J.J. wants out, and, that's just what it's going to be. And it's highly unlikely the person they replace him with, people can talk about, well, J.J.'s old and not the same as J.J. Okay. How likely is it the person that's going to replace him next year is going to be better than J.J.?
He was their best defensive player last year on a miserable defense, and now he's just
pretty much
gone.
Yeah, I expect him to be injured next year because the odds are at his age, and he went through this whole season without being hurt. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him, but you wish him well, and you'll see where he ends up. But chasing the Super Bowls are hard because you don't know who's going to win one.
Better get down to Tampa or get over to KC if you want to have a shot. And I said as much. At this point in his career, he's a above average to good complementary pass rusher and piece on a D-line. If you put him on the other side of Myles Garrett, now you're talking. Right now you got some trouble in Cleveland because you still got to pay attention to him. He's not going to be the dominant guy, but like
Right.
he could still go be it, which is why you could have got a fourth rounder or a fourth and a fifth or something. And they did nothing.
Like I said, with the situation you're in, and people know that you're
Yep.
up against it. You may have only been able to get a sixth or a seventh during the season. I bet you could have got a third rounder probably or something. Maybe,
Sure.
certainly a fourth rounder. Regardless, with their situation, they needed to. But the thing is, during the season, they didn't have a general manager. They had Jack Easterbee.
Yeah.
And so he was praying
Moron.
on it.
By the way, you like my shirt, Jerome?
God didn't tell him what to do. You fire Easterby. Very, very popular hashtag.
Yeah. Look, do you think that this was the Texans' thought process where they were like, okay, JJ wants out. And we have a PR nightmare going with Deshaun and Easterby and everybody else. And I mean, we are the laughingstock of the NFL, it seems like, and everyone hates us in this city. If we hold him hostage or whatever, we're going to look even worse. The best thing we could do to save our brand and look better is to just release him. I think that was their thought, but like you said, it's the opposite because now football people go, y'all are idiots. Again, you've proven you're dumb.
I'm sure that played some part in their thought process. The point is, like, no, you can't improve your football brand right now.
No.
I mean, nothing they can do with J.J. Watt would improve their football brand. I mean, nothing at all. Hell, they could have announced today that he's going in the Ring of Honor next season, even after we release him today. And people,
not gonna help.
You're not gonna improve. No, the only thing that will do it right now will be when Deshaun Watson and them say Deshaun is gonna stay. That'll improve their football brand. And that's about the only thing that can improve their football brand this offseason right now, because unless they come up with somebody else they can trade and get a first round pick, which
right.
they're not going to have a first or second round pick. So, and whoever they draft in the third round is not going to improve their football brand.
No.
So and they've already hired all the coaches. So the only thing they can do to improve their brand is to have Deshaun Watson go, I changed my mind, I'm going to stay.
Do you think that the reason JJ did this, I have a couple theories. I don't really think it's necessarily related to Easterby, although I've talked to another person inside the organization that said nobody likes this dude. It's uncomfortable.
Everything being done involving the Texans involves Easterby. Everything.
So you
player, yeah.
Because I think the second part to that question is, do you think it's just because, in a roundabout way, it would be because Easterby, because Deshaun wants out? Do you think JJ's like, I'm not riding a rebuild? But so is this like 6 degrees of separation with Jack Easterby, and that's why he wants to go? Or is it directly, or a portion of the pie directly related to him?
No, it's one of those, like we always tell people, hey, judge me as an individual, not as one of the black people, one of the bald people, one of the people who wear glasses. JJ, it don't necessarily have to be judging Easterby individually. He like all y'all over there don't know what y'all are doing. All you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So no, I ain't gonna. It ain't on Easterby. It's on all of y'all over there, because all of y'all got some issues, and especially and it's easy for them, some of those guys, especially JJ Watt, who's been there 10 years. It's easy for him to say y'all because a whole bunch of the people that he respected in the organization, people that he appreciated in the organization, are gone.
Yeah.
On and on down the line. And I saw somewhere some idiot, and I'm not gonna name the name.
Please.
He on the radio somewhere right now.
Right now,
claiming that people were saying the Texans were a bad organization. Now they're getting rid of the people. Why are you upset? No. That's so
what?
Wrong. The Texans have never been a bad organization. They've had bad football teams.
Yeah.
They've had bad coaching. They've had bad records. But organizationally, this is a top-notch business. One of the best businesses in the NFL, one of the most profitable teams in the NFL. Business-wise, in the community, people love them. They get out and about and do things that you don't get. And they're well run. Bob McNair set up an organization that was run really well. Jamie Roots, I don't know if you've ever met him or talked to him or dealt with him. This guy was front and center for pushing the Texans brand throughout this city and town in the business community. Number one, period. One of the best organizations in the city. They're in the NFL, not the city, in the NFL, in all of sports.
Wow.
Their media relations department.
Amy
Talk all
Pasek,
you
right?
want about the winning and losing, but before Amy, they won awards. The NFL gives out one award to the best media organization every year. They won it when Tony Wiley was in charge. They won it when Kevin Cooper was in charge. They won it when Amy was in charge. That means they're the best in the league at doing that.
At managing the media, working with
the team that ain't winning shit.
Yeah. It'd be easy for the Patriots to do it.
Exactly. They're selling out every game with a team that ain't winning shit, ain't going to no Super Bowls. The Texans' business is or has been superb or was superb under Bob McNair. Now, under Cal McNair, things are starting to fall apart, even off the field.
Starting to. Look, there's not much more it can fall before it's all apart. You've lost your president. I mean, you had the Amy Pasek move. Am I saying it wrong? I'm saying her last name wrong. Palchik. You've had, the Deshaun Watson winning out and the Bill O'Brien fiasco. I mean, what's left? Jerome, I'll tell you what.
What's left is cameras are on a game at Reliance Stadium. Seats are empty. People are booing, and people are wearing paper bags over their heads. That hasn't happened yet. It mainly hadn't happened because the pandemic hit last year, so people didn't.
They're so lucky.
Didn't have to show up every day and watch the people react. But still, last season, as bad as it was, every ticket was gonna be sold. Let's see if they sell every ticket going forward, especially if they trade Deshaun Watson or something ridiculous, crazy happens like that. Then, because the first time they don't sell some seats, that's when we know. So they're not at rock bottom. They're just heading that way. They just getting high every day. They ain't hit rock bottom yet.
They're not out there doing sexual favors for crack, but they are smoking it every day. they're like a functional alcoholic right now. They haven't hit rock bottom where they wreck their car and kill somebody, but they are drinking at night, but going back to work the next day.
Actually, a crackhead thing works better because they are the crackhead who had a lot of money. So they ain't broke yet. They going through it. They running through it, but they had a whole lot to, so that's yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Look, I don't know what surprise is next, but I feel like they're running out of them. I talked to a person inside of the organization that was, I'm not trying to break news, but he was considered in the hierarchy under Jamie Roots that could possibly either move up or take, and he was like, I don't want this, I'm leaving. Like, that's how bad it is in this organization. No one wants to be the president of an NFL franchise. Is this literally all? I mean, I blame Cal for keeping Jack Easterby around, but is it all back to this is all because of one man, and it's this man, Jack Easterby? Is that literally what this is?
Well, no, the one man is Cal McNair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
He's the one who is letting this guy run roughshod over
ruin the organization.
And it seems like they're hiring just friends of friends. And so, yeah, sometimes your friend can be the most qualified person for a job. It's not likely that everybody or the majority of the people they're hiring, the coaching staff all have some friendly relationship with Easterby and Casario. And it's like, are they really the most qualified? Or is it just, that's your boy? And when you hire your boys for stuff, you're asking for trouble. But people above you are the ones that's supposed to stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to justify why you need to hire your boy. And I don't think they're concerned about justifying it because they work for Cal McNair.
One more question, then I'm gonna let you go because I know you're a busy man. You got stuff to do. What is the spell, do you think, that Jack Easterby has over Cal McNair? Why has Cal not pulled the trigger? He's got to hear the noise. He's got to know that everyone thinks Easterby is the problem and needs to go. Why has that not happened?
Well, one, he likes the guy. They pray together. They're tight, and the religion thing is important. But by now, if Easterby has done what I'm sure he's done, Cal McNair owes him a lot of money. Think about it. If he's making $3 million a year, if he's got a 5-year contract, That's $15 million. He can't fire him for cause. Easterbee hadn't done nothing. He shows up to work every day with a smile on his face and a Bible in his hand. Thank the Lord for this $3 million he making for tearing the organization to pieces. But so I'm sure that's a part of it too. Is like, I could just fire the guy. Yeah, but you could just lose $15 million for doing that as well, right? So,
could you imagine? Wait, what do you do for a living? Oh, I get paid $3 million a year to run an NFL franchise. That's my job description. That's amazing.
And life is good.